Day 2 of the winter meetings here in Nashville. Barry Davis along with Shai Davidi. And Shai, no moves yet from the Blue Jays, but boy, that has not stopped the amount of rumors circulating around the hotel. The biggest one that continues to go around is R.A. Dickey, although most people in the know are shutting this one down right away.
Well, that's kind of par for the course with the Blue Jays. You know, Alex Anthopoulos' refusal to comment on rumors and speculations or really get into specifics of any kinds publicly often leads to the Blue Jays being used or being floated out there, since teams know that won't be rejected out of hand. This is my sense of where things are at. Have the Blue Jays inquired about R.A. Dickey? Sure, they inquire about everybody. But, you know, you consider that the Blue Jays have already shot their payroll to $120 million this year, into that range, and that, as Anthopoulos noted yesterday, is well past where he expected to be. The likelihood of them being able to add more payroll is probably not necessarily there unless it's something that's so unbelievably good that you can't possibly refuse it. So the Blue Jays will have to make their next moves very cautiously. I don't necessarily think they have another big move in them unless something presents itself. It's really about the finishing touches to the roster.
Alex has said he does not give no trade clauses. He will never give players assurances. However, JP Arencibia is convinced he's not going anywhere. Should he feel that way?
Well, judging by the conviction with which he keeps saying it, and we both got a chance to speak with him yesterday, Barry, it sounds like he may have heard something that the rest of us haven't. And, you know, that's not necessarily Alex Anthopoulos' style. He likes to keep his options open. But if you look at it logically, Eli Whiteside is not necessarily going to open a bunch of doors and say, hey, let's play John Buck and Eli Whiteside at the start of the season, especially if you're going to be looking to compete. JP Arencibia is the guy you want carrying your load. And he's not an asset that you'd want to necessarily be in a rush to give up. I mean, this is a catcher who's going to hit you 20-plus home runs and provide a nice level of defense. So the rush to get rid of him and turn him into something else isn't necessarily there. Travis d'Arnaud is a top prospect, very well regarded, but he's coming off a knee injury. No one's certain exactly where he's at or how effective he's going to be out of the gate, and he may need a little bit more seasoning in AAA.
There was a huge panic from many Blue Jay fans when word got out that both Alex Anthopoulos and John Gibbons said they're willing to give Adam Lind an opportunity to hit against left-handed pitching this year. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, Adam Lind that began last season and the Adam Lind that began or ended the season aren't necessarily the same guy. Now, do you discount the terrible splits, righties versus lefties, in the years previous to that or the time previous to that? I'm not sure, but the fact that they're willing to at least give him a run out of the gate, perhaps spring training, maybe a bit longer, to see how he fares against lefties is interesting. And the fact that if Adam Lind, they can get him right, you know, maybe he turns into Edwin Encarnacion in terms of rebound. I mean, a lot of people were ready to dump Edwin Encarnacion in the 2011 season, and now he's a core piece and your cleanup hitter. So this is them giving Adam Lind essentially one last chance to impress them, and they're going to add a right-handed bat, probably as a 25th guy, maybe a guy who can sub in or platoon with Lind if needed. So they're going to protect themselves in case he doesn't put it together.
No shortage of rumors regarding the Blue Jays here in Nashville, but as we've learned about Alex Anthopoulos, if a name is rumored, it's very unlikely to happen.